Hi everyone, welcome to Angular tutorial series. So in this video today we'll talk about how to share the data between the different controllers. So Angular provide a feature which provide a feature so that we can communicate between the different controllers. Like one is a parent controller, one is a child controller. So how to send the data from parent controller to a child controller. Similarly, how to send the data from child controller to parent controller. So it is a two-way communication. We can send the data from parent controller to the child controller, like you have a parent controller in your application. And if you are using the routing, then you have a nested controller which are child controller. So sometimes we face a situation like where we need to send the data from top layer to the bottom layer. And we also need sometimes to send data from bottom layer to top layer. So in that case, there are two events that Angular provides. One is emit and another is broadcast. Emit is something like emit an event with some data, broadcast an event with some data. So we will listen to that event whenever there is a broadcast. Broadcast means we are sending data from top layer to the deep down bottom layer. Emit means we are sending data from deep down bottom layer to the top layer. So these are some events. Whenever we fire those events, if we fire the emit event from child controller, so parent controller will be listening that event. If you fire that event from the child controller, parent controller will listen to that event and will update and will perform action according to that. So it is a simple basic application. It has these routes, different routes. So I will be working on this demo route. So we are using, if you see the code, this is our to-do controller and this is our app.js. So in app.js we have a controller. When I click on /demo, it is giving me the child controller and it has the child controller. So this template which I'm loading using UI router, ng route, I'm loading with this controller. Okay, so if you see the index page has this parent controller with the body. So now this parent controller is the parent controller of the application if you write with this body, and inside that we have ng view. So every ng view is sharing this child controller. So I have the demo on the same thing, like I will be firing a button from this child controller click function. So just take a look onto this code. We have module and we have two controller, parent controller and child controller. Now in the case is how to send data from child controller to the parent controller. So it is from bottom to top. So we have to use $emit event. Similarly, in the reverse case, we have to use $broadcast. $scope dot $broadcast, event name and the message which you want to send. So this is the same syntax. Here what I'm doing, I'm clicking on a button and firing this event, firing this function. This function is doing an emit action, emitting this event. This is the event name with this message. So this will event this message to the top layer of controller. We have a parent controller. Parent controller will listen this. So whenever $scope.on, whenever this event happen, this will assign this message with the message value, whatever we are sending from the child controller. Okay, so we have simple child HTML which is a button which is firing this event child click. This is inside a parent controller because we are loading child.html on the demo route, and demo route is using a child controller. So whenever I click on it, let me, because I'm printing the value here. So when you click on click function, it will go to do controller. It will fire this event because we are firing this. So it will emit this event, and from the parent controller we get this, and this message, because we are going to be passing this message. So message will be updated, and we are just printing that message in the console. So we can come to know, like if I change this message to here, this is my custom message, and if I reload this and fire this, then I will get this message. This is my custom message. This message is coming from the parent controller. Parent controller has some other data, but after firing this event, we have override that message with the custom message which we are sending from the child controller. So similarly, you can have this on click function in the parent controller, and you can fire a broadcast event. Broadcast event and then message. So it will use this message. So similarly, we have to handle this in the same way in the child controller. So whenever we got this event, parent controller, we can change this to name to different one. This is my new event. I'm firing this event with some message, and in the child controller I will get this using this. So on dot on means we are trying to listen this event. Whenever this event occurred, we will handle it like this. So $scope.emit, it means we are sending it to the parent controller. $scope.broadcast, it means we are sending to the down or bottom controller. And using scope.on, we are catching the event. Event name can be anything which is being fired from $emit or $broadcast. So this is the vice versa you can do in both the cases. So that's all. I mean, how to share the data bit between the different controller. This is the another way. If you do not want to use the root scope, then this is the way in which you can share some scope data from parent controller to the child controller. Thank you all.